I want to talk to you about a product that I use to detox myself and to help me lose weight. Now,
What used to be glossy magazines promoting heroin chic has turned into a relentless TikTok diet of, well, diets.
So let me show you how I went from looking like this to this.
And the marketing tactics work. New research revealing almost 1 in 10 adolescents has used a weight loss product that hasn't been approved by doctors. It's something Lexi Crouch knows the dangers of all too well.
I fell into the grips of disordered eating at a very young age.
Lexi was roped in by 90s diet culture as a teen, and pharmacy shelves stacked with a plethora of pills, teas and supplements made it far too easy.
You freely could walk in at any age, being able to access loads of laxatives and diuretics and also these fat-burning and fat-blaster products.
But what seemed innocent quickly turned sinister.
It was basically this whole journey of thinking that I had to be thin and that was going to equate to my self-worth, and it spun into a full-blown eating disorder.
Lexi's now 35, but unfortunately the culture hasn't really improved. The new study surveyed both males and females aged 12 to 18 and found 2% had taken unprescribed diuretics, laxatives or diet pills in the last week, 4% in the last month, 6% in the last year and 9% in their lifetime.
It's a public health concern because there's a risk of low self-esteem, there's a risk of depression and there's a risk of co-occurring substance use.
And while you might think we've moved towards a more body-positive society, that's not what the stats are saying.
So we included studies from 1985 to 2023, and what we found was that studies prior to the year 2000 that had a prevalence of 5%, and then when looking at only studies post-2000, the prevalence has increased to 10%. These weight loss products are heavily marketed on a lot of social media platforms to young people.
And as social media has our youth in a chokehold, there are calls for tighter regulations to prevent devastating consequences.
We need to do better as a society to protect our youth, because somebody that has recovered from an eating disorder, it is an insidious illness. It can take lives, and it's something that we just really need to be careful about.
I can really relate to what Lexi said. When I was 11 years old, I was put on a diet by a dance teacher because I was told I was too fat for the front row. And, or even back then, I remember, pinching herbal diet pills from the medicine cabinet that my mum would take. It didn't make me skinny. It made me very, very sick, and it's absolutely stupid, which is why it makes me so angry that these influencers are allowed to peddle this stuff. We know it's dangerous, and that they're carrying these scars from childhood, and it never leaves you. I mean, people talk about, what's your Roman Empire? I think for a lot of women in particular, it's their body. There's not a minute of the day that you don't think about your body and what's wrong with it. We've got to change that. It's awful.
You can't scroll through Instagram or any app without kind of being swamped by this kind of stuff.
Yeah.